Oh hey, it's Naomi and welcome to this week's video. Today's video is kind of something I've been debating doing since the start of my channel. It has plagued silently this whole time, and I think I want to share what I've been dealing with for the past 3 years. So today's video is a let's talk video, and it is about anxiety. So the first thing is kind of a backstory of how I came to get anxiety. So I had depression kind of the first year and a half of college, a little bit before, and like still, you know, something that never really properly goes away. So I was quite depressed year 9, halfway through year 10, and I had therapy and everything, and I was getting better. And as I was coming to like the cusp of the end of it, like I really felt like I was getting better and I felt good, I got another kick in the butt, and it was from anxiety. And so it pretty much started the end of year 10. I roughly around, like, I want to say like September, November kind of vague time. So that's going right into the summer of my year 10 before year 11 kind of experience. And yeah, it was, I like remember freaking out. Like there's memories of me freaking out at school, and I remember it starting. So I was diagnosed with anticipational anxiety. So I am afraid of what I don't know. So road trips, anything like going outside, going for a walk, going anywhere, going to school, going to class, just everything freaked me out. And a symptom of that, or a side effect, I guess, I don't really know how to explain it, was I needed to pee. I would pee, I don't know, 12 times a day, maybe more, just during class, like my class period. So I'd pee when I got to school, before class, after class, and then like there was a break, and then before morning tea, blah blah blah, everything before and after, everything, and sometimes in between as well. So pretty much I could last half an hour without going to the toilet, and it was like going to the toilet, walking back to my class, I'd start to get anxious again. It became a really big burden and interruption of all my schoolwork and teachers and class, and I was really embarrassed every time I had to go to the bathroom, because like, I don't know, and sometimes I'd make excuses like, oh, I feel sick, or can I go blow my nose, or something like that, just so it didn't look like I was going to the bathroom all the time. So this went on for about a year-ish. Yeah, so most of year 11 before I actually got diagnosed. I went to doctors saying, like, thinking that we had a urinary tract infection or something, I don't know, like there was lots of different things that I was like looking at before we actually accepted the fact that I had anxiety. So my anxiety attacks kind of started before my symptoms. I would start like hyperventilating and not being able to breathe, feeling like I'm having an asthma attack, and I actually ended up in the ER 17 times in year 11, like end of year 10, start of year 11 kind of thing, with asthma. So kind of I got really annoyed, because I was like, this is asthma attacks, like obviously blah 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 blah, and I kept going to hospital. And then one of my paramedics one time was like, I don't think this is an asthma attack, I think it's an anxiety attack. And I got really annoyed, because I was like, no, I'm having an asthma attack. I would have maybe 1 or 2 a week, at kind of a medium thing, to 2 or 3 a day at the worst of it. And it kind of got to a point in year 12 I had got a job and all this kind of stuff, and I had just found out that I was going on tour to America and stuff like that, and I just needed it to end. I was just like, this is how I felt. Every time I'd have an anxiety attack, I would be upset at myself, like nothing else. Like, I wouldn't accept that it was the anxiety. I would accept that it was I was just telling me it was myself, and that I was stupid and I needed to get over it and all that kind of stuff. And I really battled with myself, which I think the worst part about it is that you can't fight it with anything apart from yourself. I had a psychologist and my mum and my friends and all that kind of stuff, so I had a lot of support around me, which was good. So once it was actually diagnosed and it was said out loud, I began to accept the fact that I was actually suffering from anxiety. And after that, I decided to fight it. So it was probably midway through year 12, probably maybe closer to the end, and I was like, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. Everything was just getting too out of control, and yeah, it had good days and bad days and good weeks and bad weeks and stuff like that, but I just didn't want it anymore. And I just was missing too much school and too many events because I was scared to go to places that I didn't know before. I didn't want to go to the beach. I didn't want to go to like youth or church or something because I didn't want to sit down for that long and not be able to get up and go to the bathroom whenever I wanted. There was a lot of things that kind of influenced my choices, and that was the main thing, and I didn't like that. I wanted to be spontaneous. So pretty much I told myself that I was done. I tried really hard to tell myself I didn't need to go to the bathroom and that I could do it. I would count down in usually like tens, like telling myself, like playing tricks on my own mind who were playing tricks on me. It was kind of like some weird Inception shit. But I would tell myself that I was going to the bathroom in 10 minutes, and once it was 10 minutes, I was like, it's okay, I'll go in another 10 minutes. I'll go in another 10 minutes, you know, until I got through one full class without going to the bathroom. And so it was kind of things like that. It's like small steps to kind of force myself to stop. I also had Rescue Remedy, which was a big thing for me. Like, it really helped me get through that, anxiety attacks and stuff like that, and I still had them, and I still do. They still happen. I literally had one last week. Anxiety attack was, for me, as I've already said, was like I was having an asthma attack. I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was drowning, and I didn't have any control of my body at all. I would cry, just extreme tears. I wasn't crying as like upset. I was just like crying. Like, there was no internal thing until the end of my attacks where I would be so upset that I had one that I would cry. After, I felt really numb and like not connected to anything. I'd kind of just sit there for a while and just let it run through me and out, because I would be so drained of not having control of my body that it would just completely kind of destroy any motivation I had to do anything. Attacks would come on quite suddenly. Sometimes I have small indications that I was going to have one, like the one I had last week had been building up for a couple weeks, and I knew that, and I knew it was going to happen. I'm okay now. So it pretty much, from the point of me saying I'm done to middle of year 13 when I went to America, from then to now I've been really good. I might have had 2, maybe 3 attacks from between now and last July, but I still have anxiety. Like, I still need to pee more often than my friends, and I think that's going to be the downside of me living with this disease, mental illness, that yeah, I'm gonna need to go to the bathroom, which I guess isn't terrible. Like, from the fact that I remember wishing my life was back to normal, wishing that I could go to school and go through 1 or 2 periods without needing to go to the bathroom or having an anxiety attack, not even remembering what it felt like to be normal, that was the biggest relief when I could go to all the way to my beach house without going to the bathroom. I didn't have to make my parents stop. I wasn't an inconvenience or a burden to them anymore because I could control my own body, which getting that back was like, oh, getting a bit emotional. Getting that back was so important to me because I hate being out of control. Like it makes me feel disgusting, and getting that control back was just the best feeling ever. And being able to go to a different country on my own, well obviously I was with people, but like without my parents or my family around me, it really was a milestone that I thought honestly I never thought I would be able to do. That was pretty much my Let's Talk. I didn't really give any advice or anything like that, but I just told you my story, and I hope that hearing my story and knowing what it was like for me can help at least one of you, maybe two of you that are watching this, because I think knowing other people's stories and being able to know that you're not the only one going through something is really important. So have a great day or whenever you're watching this, and I will see you next week, I guess. See ya. Bye.